rent, groceries, electricity, fuel. Look, if you're feeling the absolute squeeze of these skyrocketing costs on your household budget right now, you are definitely not alone. It kind of feels like every single time we tap our cards, a little more of our hard-earned cash just vanishes into thin air. Well, today, we're taking that control back. So, what if you could keep an extra $500 in your pocket every single month? Seriously, think about that. Welcome to this Aussie Money Explainer. My main goal today is to walk you through some highly practical, totally achievable money-saving habits to drastically reduce your everyday expenses. And the absolute best part, you don't need a second job, and you definitely don't have to give up every little thing you enjoy. We're talking about smart, everyday lifestyle tweaks that real Australians are using right now to build much better financial habits. All right, let's jump straight into phase 1, the reality check. Now, before we can even start saving, we kind of need to know what we're actually dealing with. A lot of us know exactly what hits our bank account on payday, right? But then we have this massive blind spot when it comes to where it all goes. You simply cannot improve what you don't measure. So I'm challenging you to a strict 7-day tracking exercise. For the next week, I want you to write down every single expense. And I mean everything. The morning coffees, the quick takeaway, that late-night online shopping impulse, parking fees, literally every tiny tap of your phone or card. The golden rule here is simple: zero judgment. Honestly, don't feel guilty about it, just measure it. You're going to quickly expose those invisible spending habits you probably never even realized existed. Moving right along to phase 2, everyday leaks. This is where we really shift our focus to those seemingly tiny lifestyle choices that quietly drain an Aussie budget over time. Take your grocery routine, for example. Before you even step foot outside the house, just check what's already in your kitchen. Then, prep a realistic weekly meal plan based on what you actually like to eat. Next, write a strict shopping list. And finally, the ultimate golden rule: never, ever shop when you're hungry, because that is exactly when impulse buying strikes. Doing this simple routine reduces food waste, cuts out random purchases, and I promise you, it will noticeably lower your weekly supermarket bill. Now think about how much we paid just for the sake of convenience. Ordering takeaway just because you had a long day, grabbing a barista coffee every single morning, paying extra for express delivery, or jumping in a rideshare for a trip you could have easily walked. Look, these fees are silent budget killers. The fix here isn't to ban them entirely. We still want to enjoy life, but to swap them out wisely. Maybe prep your lunch at home a few days a week, make a coffee before you head out the door, and combine those online purchases so you aren't getting hit with multiple delivery fees. Okay, let's talk about power. Literally, with Aussie energy costs being where they are right now, you absolutely cannot afford to ignore your electricity use. Turning off the lights when you leave a room, switching off appliances at the wall when they're not actually doing anything, and running your washing machine on energy-efficient settings. I know, it sounds incredibly basic, and maybe it seems insignificant today. But trust me, these small, daily actions add up to very real, tangible reductions in your electricity costs over a few months. Next up, phase 3, fixed cost audits. So it is time to take a giant magnifying glass to your fixed monthly costs. We all have those bills just running on autopilot in the background, and doing a super quick audit of them can instantly free up cash. First up, subscriptions, streaming services, music apps, extra cloud storage, premium memberships, and yeah, those fitness apps you swore you'd use. They often just keep quietly charging your card long after you've actually stopped opening them. I want you to scour your bank statements this week and ruthlessly cancel anything you no longer need. This is genuinely one of the fastest, absolute easiest ways to inject extra money right back into your monthly budget. Next thing, beware the trap of automatic renewals. Your car, home, and health insurance premiums change all the time. If you just let them auto-renew every single year without even looking, you are almost definitely paying a loyalty tax. Take the time every year to compare what else is out there. Hey, your current provider might still be the best choice, but reviewing the policy ensures you're making an informed decision and actually getting the absolute best value for your hard-earned money. And you should apply this exact same ruthless audit strategy to your mobile phone and internet bills. A lot of us are paying for massive data plans or premium internet speeds that we don't even come close to actually using. Pull up your latest bill, check your actual data usage, and just downgrade your plan to match what you genuinely use. You really don't need to pay for features you aren't even using. All right, into phase 4, wealth building systems. This is where we go way beyond just playing defense and start establishing ongoing rules that build a stronger, long-term financial cushion. Here is a super powerful habit you can start today: the 24-hour rule. Whenever you're tempted to make a non-essential purchase, something you just want rather than something you actually need, force yourself to wait exactly 1 full day, 24 hours. Ask yourself tomorrow if you still want it, if you truly need it, or if you could maybe find it cheaper somewhere else. It is honestly amazing how this one simple pause effectively kills impulse buying dead in its tracks. And when it comes to those everyday purchases, make sure you use legitimate cashback offers and reward programs smartly. If you're already buying groceries, fuel, or everyday essentials, you should absolutely be getting rewarded for it. But hear me loud and clear on this, you must use them strictly for purchases you already plan to make. These programs exist to make you spend more money. Your goal is to use them solely to reduce the cost of what you are already going to buy anyway. Now, the absolute golden rule of personal finance is super simple. Pay yourself first. As soon as your salary hits your account, automate a fixed transfer straight into a separate, hard-to-reach savings account. Do this before you even have a chance to spend a single dollar. And look, it doesn't even need to be a huge amount. Actually, when it comes to saving, consistency matters far more than size. Automate it, forget about it, and just watch that financial cushion grow effortlessly. We've talked a whole lot about saving, but let's acknowledge the other side of the equation, right? Earning additional income. Boosting your income through freelance work, tutoring, maybe picking up a weekend shift, offering online services, or selling digital products, that can dramatically reduce your financial pressure. While saving is incredibly crucial, bringing in a modest second income can accelerate your financial goals way faster than just cutting expenses ever could. Which brings us to our final recap and the weekly review. To tie all of these practical Aussie money strategies together into one neat package, dedicate just 5 minutes each week to sit down and review your finances. Just ask yourself, what did I spend? What was actually necessary? And what can I improve for next week? This fast, super simple routine keeps you highly aware of your money and stops those small, silly mistakes from snowballing into very, very expensive problems. Okay, let's do a rapid-fire recap. Track every dollar for a week. Pre-plan your groceries, ruthlessly cancel those unused subs, cut that unnecessary energy use, limit those sneaky convenience fees, review your insurance, phone, and internet plans annually, impose the 24-hour rule on yourself for those wants, automate your savings the very day you get paid, look for ways to boost your income, and wrap the whole shebang up with a 5-minute weekly review. Because the core philosophy behind everything we've discussed today is this: small improvements made consistently lead to meaningful financial progress. Look, will every single person watching save exactly $500 every month? Well, not necessarily. Your results will always depend on your unique income, your lifestyle, and your current habits. But if you apply these strategies consistently, you are guaranteeing real, undeniable progress over time. The most important step? Just getting started. Which brings us to the end of today's explainer. Before you go, I want you to ask yourself this. If you don't change your daily money habits today, exactly how much of your hard-earned cash is going to silently vanish by this time next year? Take control right now. Drop a comment below with the money-saving tip you are going to try first this week. And hey, if you found this breakdown helpful and you want to keep mastering your budget, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to Aussie Money. We've got plenty more practical financial explainers coming your way, covering everything from budgeting and beginner investing to tax guides and real cost of living advice. Thanks so much for watching, and stay focused on those financial goals.